So I'm sitting here with Jackson, who's in my MRK 460 class, and he asked me after class if I'd give him a reference, and I said, sure, you've been in my class before, but let's turn this into a teachable point, because we can make a little video talking about some of the things students need to know. So basically there are two kinds of references that a prof gives. One is for someone to get hired onto a company, could be for the first time or promoting within the company. The second type is an academic reference. So just for me as a person, Tim Richardson, I don't give references for students unless I actually know them and have kept in touch with them for quite some time. So this video is being done in April 2015. Jackson was going to be here for next semester, but then after that I might not see him for a couple of years. If I get a phone call from Bank of America or some other company like that asking me about Jackson, it might be a bit of a stretch for me to remember. But if you kept in touch every 6 months and sent me a little email or LinkedIn note or something like that, or within the Facebook group I have of former students, I could know something, and then when I'm responding to questions about him, I could sound like I actually kept in touch and knew something. So he first started the conversation by saying, could he have a letter of reference? The answer is yes, but I wanted to explain that general letters of reference actually aren't used so much anymore, because usually companies, when they're hiring someone, have something quite specific that they want. They've got a checklist, and the HR department wants to go down the list and ask you, how well does he work with others in a group setting, and what kind of leadership, etc. So if I didn't mention that in my general overall reference letter, it wouldn't work. Secondly, it's a lot more effective to just simply provide my cell phone number and my email address during the interview. And unless you make it to the final rounds, having letters of reference in advance really doesn't mean very much at all. So really the company wants somebody to check when they get to the final stages. As for academic references, if you're applying to graduate school and university or another university degree, they usually send you an email, and the email is from the admissions office and has very specific questions on a Likert scale, say from 1 to 5. Would you rate this person, smarter than the rest of the class or smarter than 10% of the class, etc. In order for me to do that, there's a number of questions sometimes I might not be familiar with the candidate. So I simply say to the person, why don't you just come by my office, sit beside me, we'll have it up on the screen, and then we can go down the list and then think of these different things. So that's what I would do, and yes, I'll give you a reference, and I hope you have a great life and successful.
You too.
But that would be the best way for us to do that.